Welcome to Macro Money Talk, where we dissect financial strategies to help you build lasting wealth and escape poverty traps. Many people work incredibly hard yet remain stuck in the same financial position year after year, wondering what went wrong. It is not always about how much money you make, but rather the subtle habits that silently drain your future potential. Today, we will uncover 7 specific habits that keep the poor staying poor and the middle class from reaching true freedom. By identifying and breaking these patterns, you can unlock the mindset required to transition from financial survival to absolute financial dominance. The first habit keeping you poor is saving without purpose, letting cash sit idle while inflation silently destroys its purchasing power. We are often taught that cash is king, but leaving money in a standard bank account is actually a guaranteed loss. Imagine $10,000 sitting in a vault since 2015. Today, that same stack buys significantly less than before. Inflation's an invisible tax that never sleeps, constantly eating away at the edges of your hard-earned savings every single day. Savers are losers in an economic environment where governments print money, causing the currency supply to expand and value to drop. When you hold cash, you are betting on a currency that is designed by central banks to lose value over time. To build wealth, you must convert your labor into assets that appreciate or produce cash flow, not just hoard paper currency. Think of your money as seeds. If you leave them in the bag, they rot, but if planted, they yield a harvest. The wealthy do not keep large amounts of cash. They keep their wealth in businesses, real estate, and stocks that grow. Your money needs to be a crew member working for you, navigating the economic waves rather than sinking in the harbor. Saving is necessary for emergencies, but saving as a primary strategy for wealth generation is a path to slow financial death. You cannot save your way to freedom when the cost of living is accelerating faster than your ability to hoard cash. Shift your mindset from preserving the number in your bank account to preserving the purchasing power of your net worth. Once you understand that cash is a melting ice cube, you will naturally seek better vessels to store your economic energy. The second trap is the belief that all debt is evil, causing you to miss out on powerful growth levers. Society tells us debt is bad, but they fail to distinguish between destructive consumer debt and constructive investment debt. Consumer debt buys liabilities that lose value, while good debt acts as a lever to control assets that gain value. Every major corporation and government uses debt to expand operations, build infrastructure, and generate returns higher than the interest cost. By avoiding debt completely, you are forced to pay 100% for every asset, which drastically slows down your growth. Leverage allows you to control a large asset with a small amount of your own money, amplifying your return on investment. The poor use debt to buy shoes, cars, and vacations that make them look rich but actually keep them financially enslaved. The rich use debt to acquire rental properties where the tenants pay off the loan while the owner keeps the equity. Fear of leverage is fear of financial tools. You must learn to use the tool safely rather than banning it entirely. Think of debt like a power saw. It can build a house faster than a handsaw, or it can cut you. If you wait until you have saved enough cash to buy everything outright, opportunities will have long passed you by. Mastering the art of good debt involves understanding interest rates, cash flow management, and risk assessment to maximize your potential returns. Do not let the fear of bad debt prevent you from utilizing the strategic power of good debt to build wealth. Habit number 3 is playing defense exclusively, focusing only on not losing money rather than finding ways to make more. You cannot win a game by only preventing goals. Eventually, you must cross the field and score to secure a victory. A defensive mindset leads to hoarding and extreme frugality, limiting your life to a series of cutbacks and denials. While cutting costs is important, there is a limit to how much you can save, but no limit to earnings. Playing offense means acquiring new skills, starting side businesses, and investing aggressively to expand your income streams and net worth. If you spend all your energy protecting what little you have no energy left to create what you need. Wealth is built by taking calculated risks and making offensive moves that put you in a position to capture value. Safety is an illusion in a changing world. The only true security comes from the ability to produce and adapt. Shift your focus from coupons to courses, from saving pennies to earning thousands, and from protection to production. Offense creates momentum, opens doors to new networks, and generates the surplus capital that makes playing defense much easier. You must be willing to take hits and failures as part of the offensive strategy, rather than hiding to avoid pain. Balance your financial strategy by maintaining a strong defense, but prioritizing a relentless and creative offense to build wealth. The 4th habit is waiting for absolute certainty, a paralyzing fear that prevents you from seizing opportunities before they vanish. Many poor habits stem from the desire to know the outcome before starting, but the market rewards uncertainty and risk. When an investment feels completely safe and everyone is doing it, the opportunity for significant profit is usually already gone. You pay a premium for certainty. Buying when the sky is clear means buying at the highest possible price. The best investors buy when there is blood in the streets and fear is high, trusting their analysis over emotions. Hesitation is expensive. While you are analyzing every possible downside, someone else is taking the action to reap the rewards. You cannot wait for all the lights to turn green before you leave the house. You must navigate as you go. Building a business or investment portfolio is messy and uncertain. Demanding perfection is a guarantee of never starting at all. Accept that you will never have 100% information. Successful people act with 70% certainty and adjust later. Timing the market perfectly is impossible, but time in the market requires the courage to enter despite the unknown risks. Life is a game of probabilities, not certainties. Learn to calculate the odds and take the bet when they favor you. Trust in your preparation and research enough to take the leap, rather than waiting for a guarantee that never comes. Habit 5 is viewing your monthly paycheck as the ultimate goal, creating a dangerous dependency on trading time for money. A paycheck is a drug that dulls your ambition. It provides short-term survival but prevents long-term wealth creation. When you trade time for money, your income is capped by the number of hours you can physically work. The wealthy focus on acquiring assets that pay them while they sleep, breaking the direct link between time and money. You must transition from being a bucket carrier to a pipeline builder, constructing systems that deliver value without your presence. True financial freedom is achieved when the income from your assets exceeds your monthly living expenses, not by a raise. Prioritize equity and ownership over salary increases. Ownership gives you a slice of the future value you help create. If you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Treat your income as a tool to buy fruit trees, not as the fruit itself to be consumed immediately. Change your identity from an earner to an owner. Owners reap the profits, while earners only get the scraps. Habit 6 involves spending hours hunting for small discounts instead of focusing on increasing your overall earning power and value. Being frugal is wise, but obsessing over saving a few dollars often costs you hours of valuable productive time. Time is your most limited resource. Spending it to save pennies is a poor trade that keeps you small. Rich people buy time by paying for convenience, allowing them to focus on high-value activities that generate significant wealth. Delegate low-value tasks whenever possible. If your hourly rate is high, doing chores is actually costing you money. Stop stepping over dollars to pick up dimes. Focus on the big wins in negotiation, investment, and career advancement. The mindset of scarcity forces you to fight for scraps, whereas an abundance mindset looks for ways to expand the pie. Invest in yourself to increase your market value so that the price of eggs or gas becomes irrelevant to you. The 7th habit is taking financial advice from people who are playing a completely different game than the one you want. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose your financial circle very carefully. Family and friends often give advice based on fear and safety, not understanding the mechanics of wealth and leverage. Stop seeking validation from people who have never achieved what you are aiming for. Their map does not lead to your destination. Seek advice from those who are financially where you want to be, and be willing to ignore the noise of the majority. If you want to master the game of money, learn from the grandmasters, not the spectators shouting from the sidelines. Curate your environment to include risk-takers, investors, and innovators who challenge you to think bigger and act bolder. Finally, the bonus habit is upgrading your lifestyle immediately after your income rises, trapping you in a perpetual cycle of work. This is known as lifestyle creep. As soon as you make more, you spend more, keeping your savings rate at zero. Luxury goods create a golden cage. You need the high-paying job to maintain the lifestyle, destroying your freedom to choose. A bigger house often brings bigger bills, higher taxes, and more maintenance, turning an asset into a heavy liability. True wealth is what you do not see. It is the cars not purchased and the upgrades delayed to buy freedom. Maintain your current standard of living even as your income doubles. Invest the difference to accelerate your path to retirement. Breaking these 7 habits requires discipline and a fundamental shift in how you view money, time, and social pressure. Transformation is painful, but shedding your old financial skin is the only way to fly towards true independence. Your financial habits not only determine your future, but also set the baseline for the next generation of your family. Imagine a life where you work because you want to, not because you have to. That is the power of breaking free. The journey starts today with a decision to reject the poor habits of the crowd and embrace the strategies of the few. Money is a neutral tool. In the hands of a wise person, it can change the world and uplift everyone around them. Take action now. Audit your spending, review your debts, and start building your offensive strategy for the coming year. Education is only potential power. Applied knowledge is the true power that will separate you from the statistics of failure. We want to hear from you. Which of these habits is the hardest for you to break? Let us know below. Thank you for watching Macro Money Talk. Subscribe now to master your finances and turn these insights into real wealth. Remember, your wealth is a reflection of your habits. See you in the next video. Stay disciplined and stay wealthy. Let us quickly recap to seal this in your mind. Do not let your savings rot away in a low-interest account. Use debt as a powerful tool to acquire assets, but avoid consumer debt that drains your future resources. Stop playing defense. Go on the offense to increase your income ceiling and create a surplus for investing. Do not wait for perfect conditions. The market rewards those who can calculate risk and act amidst uncertainty. Build assets that pay you while you sleep, instead of relying solely on a paycheck that requires your constant presence. Value your time more than small savings. Focus your energy on high-impact activities that move the needle. Ignore the noise from the crowd and seek mentorship from those who have already achieved the financial freedom you desire. These 7 keys are now in your hands. It is up to you to unlock the door to your financial destiny. The road to wealth is not a sprint but a marathon. Consistency in these habits will compound into massive results. Look in the mirror and ask yourself if you are ready to make the sacrifices necessary to change your life today. Time is ticking, and every second you wait is a second of compound interest you will never get back. Take control, stay focused, and never let the habits of the poor creep back into your daily routine. Save with purpose, invest with courage, grow your skills, and claim the freedom that is rightfully yours. This has been Macro Money Talk. Thank you for your time and attention. Go out there and build your empire. Check out this next video to continue your financial education. See you on the other side of wealth.